Hi friends, vegan MD's there again with a cat. You're right. And today I'll make something fancy. Friends will come. We're gonna sing some songs. Yeah, we'll do. And I'll prepare a new cake. I always surprise them with a new cake, and they already know. So they are already curious, and right now they are thinking about, oh, MD Vegan is making a cake. What can it be? It's a blueberry cake. I was telling another secret. Now, there's one lady out there on the internet and in the States called Jennifer Cornbleed. And yeah, she has some amazing recipes out. Yeah, many of you guys will know her already. But you know, I don't copy the recipes always, I transform a little bit. But she's a great inspiration to me because she likes it simple, you know, and systematic. And healthy, of course. Yeah, I like what she does, and yeah, today I feature one of her recipes in a slight variation of myself. Yeah, okay. I will see whether it works out. It begins with a crust, you know, a life tart, a vegan life tart. Usually begins with the crust. And for the crust, it's very easy. You always take some nuts and some dates, and you grind the nuts to make it a nut flour. And when the flour is ready, you put some dates in, and you grind it in the food processor, yeah, and then it gets a dough. But you don't have to, you shouldn't process it too long, because then the dough gets too sticky. Yeah, that is not, it's a marzipan. It's not so delicious for a cake. Just to be light. Okay, I quickly do that. First, the crust, and the food processor, it is here. Without food processor, yeah, I tried for years, live foods, I never could make a real good tart. This food processor, with the S-blade, yeah, that is the magic thing for making tarts, and pies, and crusts. Here, I have 2 cups of almonds. See? Almonds, 2 cups. I put them into the just like that, into the food processor. Just like that. Easy it is. And I close it and I beat it. Good enough. I show you how I did it. I have a spoon here. Give that spoon. I show you how it is in the end. It's not like that. You can do it everything you like. You can do. Yeah. But it's important. The only thing that's important. Can you see like this? This is about it. You can. It's not that important. Only you shouldn't do it too fine. Yeah, too fine. But you should. The most important thing is that you put you grind the almonds or the nuts before you put the dates in. That's the most important story. Because otherwise you won't get it mixed up a little bit in the dough. Not that well. So here are my dates. I pitted some dates. They're very simple. Jennifer says it has to be mature dates. They are highly expensive. I make it simple. I put some regular dates in. I like my dates. They are nice and inexpensive. I pick them, and then yeah, I go into my food processor, and there we go. I don't know how long it takes, so in between I open my food processor and I washed my hands before, so I can put my hands in that. I see it doesn't work yet. It has to be more sticky. has to be more down-like before. So better when you look before it is too sticky. Yeah. Between you stop and look. That's easy. I know it's not yet ready, but to make sure that you guys can follow, yeah, it's better, much better. It begins to stick together, but I need it a little bit more sticky because I want to make a nice crust. I build a crust in my pan, you know. So some more. Gets close, I'm sure. Yeah, it's even stickier. It's more, no, you need some patience for that. Yeah, I would say it's almost done, but it is still a little bit, has to be a little bit more sticky. Otherwise the cake, the crust will break apart. I don't want that to happen. So it is a kind of, you know, feeling you have to have for it. Let's see. These nuts, they take some time. Okay, is that enough? Is that enough? I could make a little ball of it. It might still fall apart. Some more. I do some more. 5, number 5 now. You can also already see when it begins to get like more like a dough, the picture of the movement, it changes. It's more thick. You see already. I think it's good now. I tried it like this. Okay, I show you once more what it looks like now. See, this is different now. It sticks to the spoon a little bit. See, and if I put it like in my fingers, it's like a dough a little bit. See, yeah, you should do. See, dough like. So now I have prepared my pan. You see, this is my pan, and I put some foil. Because afterwards, when I take it out of the fridge, I can take the foil out of it and the whole cake. Let's see if that works. I put the crust into the pan. And I, in her book, Jennifer Conbleet describes very nicely how you have to do this. Because she's so right to do that in her book, because if you begin to make these kind of tarts or pies, you experience always the same problem. You don't really know how to do it. So you always have to figure it out yourself. And she gives a very nice description in her book. Yeah. So first you decide what kind of shape the crust should have. And I want to make it a shape where the filling of the blueberries that can be held like in a little container. So I have to have some lips on the sides. So first, before I press the crust down, I push it to the lips, to the sides of the pie pan, a little bit, careful, and then more and more I will press more and more. See, press it. And it takes some time. If you are not such a pro, I'm not such a pro, I'm an amateur. I love it. But I have some experience, but I still need some more time. The guys in the big kitchens, they do it chuck like a whiff, you know. It takes some more time with me. It's a special day today. So, it could have been a little bit more. Still, maybe. Yeah, but you have to stick it. You have to press it pretty much like usually if you make a dough with a regular flour, like our grannies did. You have to knead dough, pretty much so. And a good bread or a good cake or a good pie or whatever cake that needs a dough that has been really kneaded. A lot of strength they need. So this is pretty similar here. You knead it, you press it. It's not so much the kneading, it's the pressing. Otherwise it won't stick together, break apart. Let's see. So now I have the shape, más o menos, almost. And then I can go on pressing it a little bit more. So press it around the sides. The sides need to be strong too. So the lips, you know, the lips on the sides, they need to be a little bit strong. Nicer for the cake, it makes it a little bit more, yeah, fancy. The guests come, they should be amazed and say, oh, how nice, how did you do that? And so, of course, you want to impress them. They should be happy, excited. That's why it takes some time. But soon, yeah, we get into it. Knead. And I show you all this and I take you through all the time, because usually in the videos from the chefs on the internet or so, they don't show you all this. They cut it out when they work because they think, who needs to know that? But you know, then you go home and do it for yourself. You begin to do this kneading, for example, this process here, and you are always wondering, am I doing it right? Doesn't it take too much time? Shouldn't it be faster? Or whatever. And if you can watch it all the time, doing it, you can watch me here, then you might feel a little bit safer when you try it yourself. So that's why I decided not to cut it out, at least at this stage. I just begin to make these kind of videos. So then you can maybe follow the whole process. And it is a more realistic picture. I will see what you guys out there tell me about my work. If you say, oh, don't show us that, we don't need that, I will put it someday. I'm not so pleased with this here. The middle part of the crust is not that, sticks not that well together. The lips are perfect, I think. It is pretty good. The lips are good, but in the middle I have to do some more. Kneading. So I push something from the sides back towards the middle. But first I began with the sides, with the lips. The lips are good now. Now I begin with the lips, pushing from the outer circle to the inner. So there is a lot of dough outside. So I can take some of that, push that to the inside. Very slowly, you see? You see what I'm doing? Follow. Yeah. I hope it's not too dull for you, it's not boring. Not getting boring, so I try to tell you some stories that make sense, that help you to understand. So, maybe okay. What comes now is I have to make a cut in the video because this crust has to go into the freezer for a while to make it more consistent. And once it's in the freezer and comes out of the freezer, I pour my blueberry pudding on it. So I put it into the freezer. I have a strong freezer, it goes down at 25 degrees Celsius, under zero, below zero. So I put that into the freezer now. And I'll be back in a second. So, washing my hands for the next step. Making a cake, blueberry pie. So, here I am again. What we do now is, we don't need that anymore. Put that to the side. What we do now is, I have 4 cups of blueberries, you see? Nice blueberries. All the farmers markets today. It's Saturday, I always come. With a friend of mine, I know that guy for years now. He always comes from 200 miles. From Western Germany. He comes to Berlin and brings blueberries, asparagus, strawberries. And this is a year, July, for the time for the blueberry. I got the first blueberries this year from him. And they're nice, pretty nice and inexpensive there. So I got here 4 cups. And I cut it in 2 halves. And the smaller part goes into the base, the foundation of my pudding. Yeah, and I do that in a blender. Here's my blender. I put the smaller half of the 2 cups in. I squeeze a lemon, put it in, and I put some zest. It's a grater. It's a microplane. You know the story of the microplane? Fantastic. Somebody went to a do-it-yourself shop, do-it-yourself store, and got a kind of tool for the kitchen because he was running out of something he needed for grinding these kind of things. And he used the microplane. And since then, the microplane is a hit. It's very well known in the kitchen, and no really good kitchen can do without a microplane. It's so easy to take the zest of the lemon. I just put a little bit, because I like the blueberry and the lemon. There's a little variation of myself. Jennifer wouldn't use the zest, she just says a lemon juice, but I know she does it very simple, just to make everybody happy, and everybody can do it. So I do a little bit more fancy. So I have the dates. I soaked them for 10 minutes. That's what she said. I do it too, and then I drain them. See, 3/4 of a cup of dates. So I'm going to blend them. See, blend them. Close your ears. Open your eyes. Yeah, it's nice creamy. I need a bowl. Have some bowl here. Medium bowl. See, medium bowl. And I'll put my blueberry pudding in. And the fun thing is that if you blend the dates out of fruit, after a while it becomes like a jelly. To blend the dates is a really nice effect. I don't know why that happens. I still have to find out. But I noticed myself. I use the dates a lot, and you blend them pretty much. In the end, they turn into a like a jelly, very consistent. It's very nice. And I put the other ones, the other half of the blueberries, into the pudding. You see. Looks like blueberries with the pudding. Okay, and I will put some special ingredient, some nutmeg. I like some nutmeg. It was very good for blueberries. See, good nutmeg. So, that's it, just a little bit. The first time I did this, I make this cake here now. Let's see how it works. So, this has to sit now for a while. Then I'll wait for the crust. And in a minute I'll be back. And take the crust out, put the pudding in, and I'll show you. Say good day, see you in a second. Hi there. And I'm back. The cake, the crust is out of the freezer, just came out of the freezer. Yeah, it's a little bit frozen now. Yeah. And my pudding, can you believe it, has really turned into kind of jelly. You see? It's jelly-like more. Because of the dates. This is fantastic with the lemon together. I don't know. I'll find out about that. So, I put it now into my crust. All together. Share it evenly. Huh. Okay. It's maybe a thin cake. Tart. A thin tart. What I can do now is I can push the sides down. So make it a little bit more – bring it more into shape. Let's try that. So, the blueberries are on the crust, but now the lips of the crust are higher than the pudding. So, you see what I mean? I show you here. So problem I press down the sides, bring them down to where they should be, to where they're needed. Just push them down. Then it goes back into the fridge. Oops. You have to see my head. So. Oh, it looks not bad. Pushing the lips down. It looks pretty much like a cake, like a tart, like a pie. I don't really know the difference. Ooh, go find out. I tell you, come back and tell you what's different. So, okay. Wash my finger a little bit. So, that's what it looks like now. See? Blueberry tart. To me it looks like tart. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Finished. It goes in the fridge. Waits the friends to come. 1 hour to go. Now I begin to make the tea. Yogi tea, of course, has to cook. And we do some yoga. Then we sing and we enjoy the cake. See you soon. You're Randy with a hat.